During World War II, America was never invaded. Our homes were never bombed. But the war did reach us. We learned about shortages and recycling. And Boy Scouts canvassed neighborhoods collecting scrap.
If we all invest in the USA, here comes the freedom man. Can't make
to most of us, scrap meant metal, but it took a ton of rubber to make one tank. Rubber was so scarce that the president made a personal appeal.
We don't know how much used rubber there is in your cellar, your barn, your stockroom, your garage, your attic. The only way to find out is to get the used rubber in where it can stand up and be counted. Once the rubber is in, we will know what our supplies of used rubber are, and we will make our plans accordingly. Of one thing you can be sure. We are going to see to it that there's enough rubber to build the planes to bomb Tokyo and Berlin. Enough rubber to build the tanks to crush the enemy wherever we may find him. Enough rubber to win this war.
Gas stations collected used rubber and paid a penny a pound. By the spring of '42, when gas rationing began, you could only buy 5 gallons a week unless you had a special sticker. So Americans took buses and formed carpools. Some even put their cars on blocks for the duration of the war. Cars were not the only luxury to disappear. Silk and nylon were needed to make parachutes, and women gave up their stockings. For thousands of Americans, prevailing conditions meant wartime housing. The government designed communities and built them overnight. They were America's first prefabricated subdivisions, built to house relocated war workers. At Willow Run, families from Detroit, Chicago, and St. Louis shared clotheslines and daycare centers during the war. Americans also learned to live in trailers. But for more than 100,000 Americans of Japanese descent living in California, relocation meant something different. The day after Pearl Harbor, California banks refused to cash their checks. Gas stations turned them away. Though most were American citizens, they had to prove their loyalty. And the kids. In the hysteria following Pearl Harbor, America grew suspicious, hostile, scared. Anyone who even looked Japanese was suspected of being a spy. So they were rounded up and moved to camps where they could be guarded. Anyone with even one great-grandparent was interned. Families of 6 or 7 were confined to a single room. They could read nothing but dictionaries, hymn books, and Bibles, but radios were okay.
WJSB presents Music of Wartime America. Tonight we bring you, in behalf of your local USO organization, another in a series of programs dedicated to the music of wartime America and to the fighting spirit which inspired it.